Om Shanti. Today Murli date is 10th February 2025. Baba says, sweet children, follow the undivided directions you receive from the Father and carry out the elevated task of transforming iron aged human beings into golden age deities. Question: what is the main reason why human beings have become unhappy? Answer: Ravan has crushed everyone. This is why everyone has become unhappy. The Father gives you your inheritance. Ravan crushes you. The world does not even know this. It was because the Father gave the people of Bharat their inheritance that they became so happy. The masters of heaven. They became worthy of worship. By being crushed, they became worshippers. Om Shanti. You children come here to Madhuban to Bap Dada. When you enter the hall, you just see the brothers and sisters sitting here. Then, when you see Bap Dada arriving, you remember the Father. You are the children of Prajapita Brahma, Brahmins, the Brahmakumar and Kumaris. Those Brahmins don't know Father Brahma at all. You children know that when the Father comes, Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar are then definitely needed. It is said Trimurti God Shiva speaks. Now, he would not speak through all three, would he? Make your intellect imbibe this aspect very well. You definitely receive the inheritance of heaven from the unlimited Father. So, what do devotees want from God? Liberation in life. They are now in lives of bondage. Everyone remembers the Father. Come and liberate us from this bondage. Only you children know that Baba has now come. The Father comes cycle after cycle. They also call out, you are the mother and the father. But no one even knows the meaning of that. They do understand that it applies to the incorporeal Father. They sing out, but they don't receive anything. You children receive the inheritance from Him. Now and you will receive it again after a cycle. You children know that the Father comes and gives you the inheritance which lasts for half a cycle and that Ravan then crushes you. The world doesn't even know that we are all crushed. We were crushed by Ravan. That is why everyone is unhappy. The people of Bharat were happy. Yesterday, it was the kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan in Bharat. People blow their heads in front of the deities' idols and worship them, but none of them knows when the golden age exists. Now look, if the golden age were hundreds of thousands of years, and then the silver, copper and iron ages, each of the same duration, then according to that calculation, there would be so many human beings. There would be so many human beings just in the golden age. This doesn't sit in the intellects of any human being. The Father sits here and explains, look, it has even been remembered that there were 330 million deities. There wouldn't be only that many in hundreds of thousands of years. Therefore, this too has to be explained to you human beings. You now understand that Baba is making our intellect clean. Ravan makes your intellect degraded. This is the main factor. In the golden age, you are pure. Here, you are impure. No one knows from when till when it was the kingdom of Rama, or what the duration of the kingdom of Ravan is? They think that both the kingdom of Rama and the kingdom of Ravan exist here. There are various opinions. There are as many opinions as there are human beings. Here, you children now received unified, undivided directions that only the Father gives. You are now becoming deities through Brahma. The praise of the deities is sung. You are full of all virtues, 16 celestial degree full. They too were human beings. So why is the praise of human beings sung? There would be a difference, you children who are number wise, according to your efforts, are now learning the task of changing human beings into deities. You transform Iron Age human beings into Golden Age deities. That is, you make them into the masters of the abode of peace, Brahman, and the world. This is not the abode of peace. You definitely do have to perform actions here. That is the sweet silence home. You now understand that we souls are the master of the sweet home, Brahman. You reside there beyond sorrow and happiness. Then in the golden age you become the master of the world. You children are now becoming worthy. The accurate aim and objective is in front of you. You children are those with the power of yoga. They are the ones with physical power. You are also on a battlefield, but you are doubly non-violent. They are violent. The sword of lust is called violence. Sannyasi also understand that to be violence. That is why they become pure. No one but you has love for the Father. There is love between a lover and beloved. That lover and beloved are known for their love in one birth. All of you are the lovers of myself. The beloved, you have continued to remember me, the one beloved. On the path of devotion, I now say simply become pure for this last birth and remember me accurately, and you will then be completely liberated from having to remember me. In the golden age, there will be no need to have remembrance at all. Everyone remembers me when they are in sorrow. This is hell. It would not be called heaven. Eminent people who are wealthy consider it to be heaven. For them here, they have place, etc., and all material comforts. They live with such a blind faith. People also sing, "You are the mother and the father," but they don't understand anything. Which unlimited happiness did they receive? No one knows this. It is the soul who speaks. You soul understand that we receive unlimited happiness. Its name is heaven, the land of happiness. Everyone finds heaven to be very sweet. You now know there were so many palaces of diamond and jewel in heaven. On the path of devotion, there was such countless wealth that they created the Somnath temple. Every image was worth hundreds of thousands. Where did it all go? So much was looted and taken away. There was that much wealth. It is now in the intellects of you children that we are once again becoming the master of heaven through the Father. Our palaces will be of gold, even the doors will be studded with precious stones. The Jain temples were also built in that way. There are no longer the diamond, etc. that there were previously. You now know that we are claiming our inheritance of heaven from the Father. Shiv Baba only comes in Bharat. Only Bharat received the inheritance of heaven from God Shiva. Christians also say that 3000 years before Christ, Bharat was heaven. Who ruled that kingdom? No one knows this, but they do understand that Bharat is very ancient. Therefore, it was heaven. The Father is called Heavenly God. The Father, that is the Father who establishes heaven. Surely the Father must have come, and so you would have become the Master of heaven. You become the Master of heaven every 5000 years. Then, after half a cycle, the kingdom of Ravan begins. Show it clearly in the pictures so that the things about hundreds of thousands of years leave their intellects. Lakshmi and Narayan are not alone. They would have a dynasty. Their children would become kings. There are many who become kings. The whole rosary is created. It is the rosary that is remembered. Only the rosary of those who become the Father's helper and do the Father's service is created. This is the memorial of those who come for the whole cycle, who become worshippers and worthy of worship. When you become worshipper from being worthy of worship, you sit and worship your own rosary. First, they hold a rosary in their hands and then blow their heads to it. Then they begin to turn that rosary. You go around the whole cycle and then attain your inheritance from Shiv Baba. Only you know the significance of this. Human being rotate a rosary in the name of someone or other. They do not know anything. You now have the whole knowledge of the rosary. No one else has this knowledge. Are the Christians really able to understand whose rosary is rotated? This rosary is of those who become the Father's helpers and do service. At this time, everyone is impure. Those who were pure became impure as they came down. They will now all return number wise. They come number wise and they return number wise. There are so many things to understand. This is a tree. There are so many branches and sects. This whole tree is now to be destroyed and then your foundation will be laid. You are the foundation of this tree. Both the Sun dynasty and the Moon dynasty are in this. The religions of those who rule in the golden and silver ages no longer exist. There are just images. You should know the biographies of those whose images you have. They just say that such and such a thing is hundreds of thousands of years old. But the oldest of all is in fact the original eternal deity religion. There is nothing older than that. Otherwise, everything can only be 2,500 years old. They dig down below and excavate it. The old images that are worshipped on the path of devotion are removed from the temples that collapse during earthquakes and are then rebuilt. The mines of diamonds and golds, etc., that are now depleted will then become full there. All of these things are now in your intellects. The Father has explained the history and geography of the world, how there are so few human beings in the golden age and how the population then increases. All the souls continue to come down from the supreme abode. As they continue to come, the tree continues to grow. Then, when the tree reaches a totally decayed stage, it is said Rama went and Ravan, who has a very big family, went. There are many religions. Our family is very small. This is just the family of Brahmins. There are so many religions. They publish a population census. All of that is the community of Ravan. They will all go. Only a few will remain. The community of Ravan will not enter heaven. They will all stay in the land of liberation. However, those of you who study will go down number-wise into heaven. You children have now understood how that is the incorporeal tree and how this is the human world tree. This is in your intellects. If you don't pay attention to studying, you will fail your examinations. If you continue to study and teach, you will remain happy. If you fall into the vices, you will forget all of this. It is only when souls are pure gold that they can imbibe well. A vessel of gold is pure golden. If someone becomes impure, he cannot speak this knowledge. You are now sitting in front of Baba. You know that God, the Father Shiv Baba, is teaching us soul. We soul are listening through these organs. The one who is teaching us is the Father. Where else in the whole world would there be such a school? He is God, the Father, the teacher, and the Sadguru. He will take everyone back. You are sitting in front of the Father. There is such a difference when you listen to the Murli directly. The tape machine has been invented, and one day everyone will have one. The Father has such things made for the happiness of the children. It is not a big thing. This one was an emperor. At first, he was beautiful. Now he has become ugly. This is why it is said the ugly and the beautiful. You know that we were beautiful, that we have now become ugly, and that we will then become beautiful again. Why should only one become that? Did that snake only bite one? After all, Maya is called a snake. By indulging in the vices, everyone becomes ugly. These things have to be understood very clearly. The unlimited Father says, while living at home with your families, become pure in this last birth for my sake. Baba begs this of you, children. Become as pure as a lotus flower and remember me, and then even in this birth you will become pure. Also, by staying in remembrance, your sins of the past birth will be absolved. This is the fire of yoga in which the sins of many births are burnt away. As you come down from Sato Pradhan through the Sato, Rajo and Tamu stages, the degrees continue to decrease as alloy continues to be mixed in. The Father now says, remember me alone. It is not that you will become pure by bathing in river water. Water too is an element. There are said to be 5 elements. How can those rivers be purifiers? River emerged from an ocean. Therefore, first of all, the ocean would have to be a purifier. Acha, to you sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to you, spiritual children. We spiritual children says Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for Dharna. Number 1. In order to enter the rosary of victory, become the Father's helpers and do service. Have true love for the one beloved. Only remember the one. Number 2. Keep your accurate aim and objective in front of you and make effort. Become doubly non-violent and continue to carry out the elevated task of transforming human beings into deities. Blessing. May you become free from all attraction and remain constantly cheerful with the intoxication of being constantly victorious. The memorial of you victorious jewels is the garland around the Father's neck, and it is worshipped even today. So constantly have the intoxication of being the victorious jewels. Who are the garland around Baba's neck? You are the children of the Master of the world. No one else can receive what you have received. When you permanently have this intoxication and happiness, you will be able to remain beyond any other type of attractions. Those who are constantly victorious will remain constantly cheerful. They will only be attracted to the attraction of remembrance of the one Father. Slogan: to be lost in the depth of the one means to be in solitude. Obvious signal is have love for solitude and imbibed unity and concentration. Now all of you together have to increase one's another courage and consider yourself as having to bring the time closer and definitely give liberation to all souls. However, this will only happen when you put your thoughts into the form of your awareness. Where there is unity and determination, the impossible becomes possible. Om Shanti.